Prancer Returns is a pretty good film. I recently watched the first Prancer film and really enjoyed it, so I was really looking forward to this one. And while I'd say it's maybe not quite as good as the first film, it's still pretty decent. This was released in 2001. It's directed by Joshua Butler, written by Greg Taylor, and we have a cast including Gavin Fink, John Corbett, Stacy Edwards, Michael O'Keefe, and various others. And this is about a young boy called Charlie, and he finds a reindeer. He believes that this reindeer is actually Prancer's son called Prancer. And with the help of the reindeer, he wants to try and help remind people of the true spirit of Christmas. So it's not a carbon copy of the first film. Obviously, a young child finding a reindeer named Prancer, the basic premise is the same. But I think they did a good job of making it different enough while still having that same magical, heartwarming feel. So as a sequel, it's not too bad, and the narrative is really lovely. Charlie is a really likeable character. The performance is really great. All of the performances are very good. There are certainly a lot of emotions in the film, with characters going through some difficult times, and some of the characters are facing upheaval in their lives, and as a viewer I think it's quite easy to feel those emotions. That's not to say it's a tremendously heavy film. There is a nice balance between more magical, uplifting moments and a little bit more heavy emotion. I think they got the balance quite right there, and we have some nice costumes, generally some good lighting. Visually, it's a pretty decent film. All things considered, I'd say Prancer Returns is a sweet and moving film. If you liked the first film, I'd say this is definitely worth watching. If you didn't like the first film, I'd say it's probably not worth it, because while yes, it does feel a little different, the narrative's a little different, it does still feel very much like a very similar film, and it does feel like, I guess they held the magic of the first film while giving it a few tweaks here and there. So if you didn't like the first film, you're probably not going to like this, but if you have seen the first film, then this is worth watching. You also don't need to have seen the first film. It probably would help a tiny bit. This film does touch on those events, but for the most part, you could follow this without having seen the first film. And whether you've seen the first film or not, I'd say Prancer Returns is definitely worth watching. Ultimately, it's not a bad film.